Hello everyone, it is Monday, July 5th. This is the Fallout from Dishonor podcast, formerly the Stacked Card Wrestling podcast. Decided to go through a little bit of a name change because after doing some online searching, there was already a podcast called Stacked Card Wrestling. They already have their own website. It looks like they've been fairly inactive for a year or so now, but out of respect for them, I've never listened to the show. I don't know much about them, but out of respect for them, I decided to change it. So from now on, we're going to be called the Fallout from Dishonor podcast. Today, I want to go over primarily the ROH TV show, which aired depending on where you are and what time zone you're in, either this past Saturday or this past Sunday. We only got 2 matches, as per usual, the typical ROH TV format, 1-hour format, which I'm very partial to. The first match for the Pure Wrestling Championship is not getting much attention, which is somewhat understandable because of everything that happened in the main event. We'll get into it here in a minute, but the Jonathan Gresham versus Fred Yehai for the Pure Championship, that was a very good match. If you are a more traditional wrestling fan, if you are not into the big flippy stuff that you see primarily in AEW and some in WWE, this match would be for you. It was very good, primarily wrestling holds back and forth. I'm not the type of person so far to sit down and take notes during a match. It's just not. It would equal me having a lengthier podcast, and I guess that would be kind of cool, but it kind of takes me out of the match to sit there and take notes. But honestly, even if I was trying to sit down and do that, I wouldn't have been able to do that with this match because I didn't know the names of a lot of the moves that they put on each other. But a very good showing. Jonathan Gresham did retain, so he is going to be going to Best in the World as the Pure Championship, which we'll be getting more into that here in a minute. But before I get to that, I wanted to talk about the Briscoes Fight on the Farm match. That match was something else. I'm not big on cinematic matches. Not this past WrestleMania, but the WrestleMania before that, the one without live fans. I thought the match between The Undertaker and AJ Styles was very good. I have not watched really any Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground, from what I've heard, is supposed to be very good. Maybe someday I'll check it out, but I don't have a lot to say about that. Have seen some other. Haven't really liked any of the cinematic matches that AEW has done. Not big on those. Since that Undertaker WrestleMania match, I haven't been big on any of the cinematic matches that WWE has done. This was different. This was literally just 2 brothers beating the high holy hell out of each other with their dad sitting back. I don't want to say encouraging them, but basically just watching them beat the piss out of each other and asking if they've got it out of their system yet. Papa Briscoe asking that almost to an annoyance by the end of the match, to be perfectly honest. But that aside, this match was insane. It started out in a garage wrestling ring with a truck in there. They beat the hell out of each other. Stiff-looking kicks, stiff-looking punches. There was a gas can used. I believe there was a realtor sign at one point in this match used. They fought on top of a motorhome. Thought we were going to get big high spot there. We didn't get it. But the RV stuff was very cool. Actually, we did get Jay Briscoe throwing Mark off of the RV onto a tarp structure that looked like it was just cardboard boxes, but still pretty cool. Then he threw his brother in the back of the truck and drove off to a different section of the property. They beat the hell out of each other some more. Mark Briscoe ended up on top of, I wouldn't call it a shed. It was just a covering. It didn't have any walls. But he got on top of that and he jumped into the huge table spot. That was crazy. They fought back into the ring and beat the hell out of each other some more until Papa Briscoe kept asking him repeatedly if they were done, and they finally answered yes. So I don't even know if you'd call this a match. It was just two brothers beating the hell out of each other, but it was good. It was really good. If you haven't seen this, I suggest that you do. Apart from ROH TV, the only mentionable thing other than matches added to the ROH Best in the World card, which I'm going to get to here in a minute, Alex Gracia did beat Gina Scott to advance. She got her ticket to gold. So that did happen on Women's Division Wednesday. About the only other thing to note, I did want to cover, as far as the women's ticket to gold, this list doesn't seem complete. It seems like we're missing a few people. I went online and did some hunting. What I've found so far is Allison Kay, Rock, Trish Adora, Willow, Angelina Love, of course, got a first round bye by beating Quinn McKay. That's a weird way to phrase that. I don't know if I'd call that a first round bye, but it's strange that you'd say someone gets a first round bye for beating someone, no matter who they are. It's kind of strange. Max the Impaler, Vita Von Star is out, like I had said last week, for her interference in the Matt Taven Dutch match. I did mention that last week. The announcers did say something about that, but they hadn't made it clear. But this past week, ROH did announce on their website that she is out. We then, of course, have Alex Gracia, like I had just talked about, and Mandy Leon. Hopefully I didn't butcher anyone's name. Not all these women are signed to ROH. I know more about some than I know about others. Some I have seen on ROH TV, some I haven't. I'm not sure if this list is complete. I'll keep doing some digging, and we will see what else I find. Now, getting to the Best in the World, which is this Sunday, July 11th. Let me pull up the ROH website on my phone here. So, this Sunday, as of Monday, July 5th, this is the card as it stands. The first two matches, which will be Hour 1, you can watch for free on the Fight Network or the Fight TV app, and I believe their YouTube channel. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but we will be getting Demonic Flamita versus Ray Horace. They've billed this as 2X tag teams, or an X tag team, two guys going at it. This match kind of seems thrown together to me. I've been watching the last, month or two of ROH TV. I don't know. It just kind of seems thrown together to me. But Hour 2, the second match of Hour 1, we'll see PCO and Danhausen versus the Bouncers. Hopefully this is a very good match. After Hour 1 is done, which, again, you can watch for free, we'll get to the actual, for lack of a better term, the actual card. I guess it's basically going to be ROH's, Hour 1's going to be ROH's version of a pre-show. As listed on their website, we've got the ROH 6-man tag team championship. The champions, Shane Taylor Productions, will take on Dalton Castle, Dake Draper, and Ulsum. I don't see them changing the 6-man tag team titles. I wouldn't. The Shane Taylor Productions, I don't know. I just wouldn't. After that, Josh Woods versus Silas Young in a last man standing match. I probably have to go with Josh Woods on that one. I don't know. We'll see how this match is. I'm not big on last man standing matches, to be honest, so we'll see. After that, EC3 versus Flip Gordon. And then Brody King versus Jay Lethal. Those should be two very good matches. Probably picking EC3 for the first and probably Brody King for the second. The ROH Pure title match. Mike Bennett versus, the website has it listed as either Jonathan Gresham or Fred J. Obviously, like I had covered earlier, it's going to end up being Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham has basically held the Pure title since they brought it back. I don't see that changing here. The ROH Television Championship, we'll see champion Tony Deppen taking on Dragon Lee. This is interesting to me. I think I'm going to go... I could see them wanting to keep the title on Tony Deppen. You gotta have some feel-good moments in this pay-per-view, I would think, since it's going to be the first time they're going to be back with live fans in, 18 months, I think? So, you gotta have a feel-good moment. I've got this weird feeling that Dragon Lee may walk away with that title, though. We'll see. And then we've got the ROH World Title match. Champion Rush defending against Bandito, who was the winner of the tournament to crown a number one contender. This could be their feel-good moment. This whole card's a little hard to call because it's their first pay-per-view back in front of fans. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like Bandito winning would be their version of a feel-good moment in this one. Maybe they want to send the fans home happy. But that is your Best in the World card for this Sunday, July 11th. Bell time is at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can get it live on pay-per-view. I am an Honor Club member. That is where I'm going to be watching it. You can also watch it on the Fight TV app. And I think you can get Hour 1 on their YouTube channel. So, many platforms to watch it on. Again, I'm an Honor Club member, so that's where I'm going to be watching it. There is not much more ROH news to talk about this week, so that is going to do it for this episode of the Fallout from Dishonor podcast, and I thank you for joining me.